Hey, what's up everybody? Today we're gonna be rooting Dogcat from TryHackMe. As you can see here, this is a medium difficulty box. It's a free one, of course, so you can play it without pain. Just be aware that your timer is running. You have up to 3 hours, I think. Yeah. Well, you can like update the time like 2 or 3 times, but just once by one by one. So let's read the description. I made a website where you can look at pictures of dogs and or cats, exploit a PHP application via local file inclusion, and breakout of a Docker container. So we'll see what's up. We have 4 flags. We'll be answering them on the run. And I've just ran here a nmap scan, as always, pn to tell nmap that the host is already up and running. We're going to be performing a service version detection scan and some default scripts to each of those. Tag in to disable DNS resolution, a minimum rate of 500. Since this is VPN based, it's going to be a little bit slow if we don't use this one. I've seen YouTubers and other people use 5,000, but well, in my experience, that just I just lost a lot of information when I spit it up with that like minimum package rate. So cool, all ports, and that's it. So we have OpenSSH open and the port 80 with Apache 2.4.38. Sorry, I have here the website. Okay, so I always first of all want to check the source code with Control U. We can see here there's a parameter called duck where you can specify either a dog or a cat. Sorry, the parameter is called view, not duck. So cool. And before we fire up our burp suite, I want to check the network tab here in inspector element tab, and for example duck. So this is loading a get request with duck, and I don't see the image. Maybe it's loading still. Let's fire up burp suite in the meantime while it loads. And cool, we have a duck. Here you go. Okay, now I want a cat. And we should see it as well. A cat, cool, super pretty, love cats. Now we have a dog again. Well, this loads, didn't load. Here it is. And let's click on next, start burp. And look at that, that's another dog, so probably it's just random images. And let me just have this loaded up. And well, if we do have probably a LFI vulnerability, we want to start checking for that. I think burp suite is super comfortable, but in the meantime, while it loads up, we'll be checking this out. Cool. Proxy, I'll turn it on and then use my Foxy proxy to enroute all the requests to that proxy, basically. And we should have it right here. Let me just Control R to send it up to over to the repeater, forward. That's it. Cool. Oh, this is kind of slow. Okay, so we have this. And what about this? etc pathology. In the meantime, I wanna start looking for LFI on Hacktricks, for example, see if we can try something out. And we have this. I don't see any kind of leaked information. And look at that. Sorry, only dogs or cats are allowed. So do you need a dog at the end or something? Yes, apparently. We have a warning which says include this one, dog.php, failed to open stream on index, failed opening path.dog.php for inclusion, include path. Okay, that is interesting. Apparently, we will need to have a doc at the end so that it concatenates it automatically to doc PHP. So we have room for our injection just before the doc.php, right? We can try several things like this one. We could try closing the this like doc.php. No, it didn't work. What else could we try here? Well, probably we can use here something like doc, and then go back. Let me just try that. etc pass led. Same thing. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna work. Let's see what Hacktricks has for us. And because actually when you mess around with path traversal and all this stuff, you have some well, I forgot the name. Let me just load this up. LFI bypass, null byte. We can try that actually. God, I forgot the name of that. It's like filters, like PHP. It has another name, I think. PHP wrappers. That's the one. Let me just try that before everything. The null byte thing. Because what about trunking the .php thing? Okay, so it's loaded, and sorry, only dogs or cats are allowed. Doc. And now look at it, it's not using the .php thing. Okay, that is a good sign, I'd say. So okay, not allowed. Let me try with a wrapper. Got wrapper. Look at this, because one of the very well, one of the most common here is try to like encode the information on base 64 and then decode it on our end. So filter read, was it? Let's see, we can convert that base. Want to see if there is another one, because we can try that anyways. So resource, this one. Okay, let's go with this payload. So we can, for example, etc pass.led. What this is gonna do is it's gonna grab this file, whatever it is, and base 64 encode it. Okay, actually it's not decode but encode, and nope, it's not working. Maybe we can try the one we tried before, like, okay, let's start by doc. And like, let's go back on directories. etc pass.led, maybe? What is it saying? Okay, like PHP filter, convert base 64 encode. What is it like that? base64 encode. Let's see this. Okay, so PHP filter. I think another way we can append the red equals convert that base64 encode resource. Nope, not working. Dog. A cat, a dog. Maybe if we do something like this. Let's see if it works. Okay, so let's go back to our previous payload just to test some things. As LED, let's try that. And let me... I want to generate your... Okay, that's all. And I don't remember how I did it. Just trigger some errors. Oh, was it like this? Let me just Control X. As LED. Once again. View. Only cats allowed. Dog. Look at that. Okay, so we have a dog. And fail to open stream, no such file or directory. Cool, so dog back etc pass led.php, which we can truncate obviously with our null byte. And we have this, cool. Now we have an index.php, so I like to read that first. I think I like to do this, like index.php. And let's not truncate it anymore, like index, so it just adds up. Cannot declare constraint string, index.php. I think it's reading it, maybe. Like this, probably. Cat. Index.php. And what about this one? Like doc. Fail to open stream. Okay, look at that. That is interesting. A lot of stuff going on here. And let's try to copy this and base64 decode it. So we have this and base64 tag D. Let me just echo. And look at that. I have this information. Cool. So let's analyze this code basically. So it says href view dog, id dog, with view cat, all this stuff. if is set extension and extension equals PHP. So if we set get view, I mean, we have an extension thing. Okay. Here you go, view dog cat. Here you go, view. Cool. Okay. Let me try here, like text PHP. I don't know. Index PHP. Maybe if we don't specify anything, what will it be? Resource cat index. Okay. And what about etc path value d? And we do have information, which is nice. Now, once again, let me just cls echo this and base 64 decoded. CLS is not working, so let me just use clear with that. Cool. We have our LFI up and running. Let me just try without the X thing. Like, it wouldn't work. Cool. So we have figured this out. So we have extension, all this stuff. Now, well, we are good to start exfiltrating some important data. For example, I don't see any like user. Let me try here this and grab sh. And yeah, apparently there is no user. We have just root user in here. So one way to start enumerating files, let's see, for example, to get our RCE, it would be by finding a Apache log file, right? So Apache log files, in case you don't know. There's an access log over there. For example, this one. You can start looking in here for let me try something actually, and I want to now. Okay, so var log Apache 2, and I think it's access.log. Access.log double S access.log. Cool. We have a lot of information here. Now I do want to test that, which is let me use a curl thing with HTTP like this, right? And let's send an information like now, since we're using a local file inclusion here, in order to not getting this // executed, we want to run it with the flag path as is. Now that should work. It's not. Let me see if we're missing something here. Application. Yeah, I'm not sure why it's not working. I mean, that is a cool trick. If you haven't worked with LFI before, that's a good one. Okay. However, it's not. Now this is not a. Let me specify get. I think it's X, capital X. Is it? X. like the method when I check that out. X request, yeah. Okay, yes, it's get. It's get. Then it's not like with D, but just like this. Next. Cool. Now if we don't specify the path as is, it shouldn't work. Well, it does in this case. I'm just using it because I've seen cases where it does not. So I want to grep here for here U. There you go. It probably is using capitalized letters, so tag I. Here you go. Cool. And we have, like, in theory, 1, 2, 3. There's 1, right? So probably I want to check, use the print with 3, the third argument only. And there you go. We only have now the base 64. Now let's take this out. Okay. And we're going to be using tr minus d, this one. And that should work. Base 64 tag d. Oh. What's going on there? Okay. It looks like this is the actual log. Like, I can see my, well, Mozilla, which is the user agent we're using. So in order to exploit this log poisoning vulnerability, we would need to change this one, right? Cool. Actually, let me try something here because I want to know if this works. Yeah, cool. Look at that. We don't need to encode it. That's a good one. So we'll just go from here with that. Now, I want to enter here a payload, basically. And I'm gonna be using PHP, obviously. I'm gonna be using PHP, right? So I want to execute with system, for example, a get. When I want you to get a variable, which is gonna be cmd. Okay. So once I send this, I should see it. Not right now. I'm just seeing my curl thing. But if I send it again, I'll probably see it. Okay, look at that. Cannot execute a blank command in. So it's actually executing a command, but it's not like defined, right? So I'm gonna go back, we'll Control X, Mozilla, just for testing. And I'm gonna append another one, which is gonna be cmd. What about this? What about we execute an ID? And let me see, look at this. Everywhere there's our injected payload, it's getting executed by our command. We have command execution. That's a good one. And I want to try now if I have like the ability to run chain commands like this one. So Control U to URL encoded. Go back to the end. And yes, we do. Look at that. This is awesome. So I want to get my reverse shell as far as I can. Let me see if I can execute curl to make it faster. And user bin curl. It's already installed in the system. So that's a cool one. I want to go to my exploits, create an index.html file. Now let's go with a script, which is gonna effectively send a reverse shell out to us. Okay, so bin bash .c and then bash interactive mode to dev tcp. Let me open another one and check my IP from from TryHackMe. So send it here, please, over 444. That's it. And that's gonna be doing the work for us. So let me ncmvlp 444, and I'm gonna be hosting this on a Python web server like this one, 8081, 8082. That's it. Now I'm gonna be calling my IP address over 88002, and I'm gonna be piping the contents to bash. That should execute it. So Control U and send it. Did it work? Oh, it was 8082. Sorry for that, my bad. 8082.1. Let's send it. It's thinking, so that's a good sign. And we do have access. Let me try that. No, we haven't yet. Oh, was it here? Cool. So we have remote command execution as well. We just moved from an LF file, local file inclusion, to a remote code execution vulnerability. That's super nice. So let me normalize this. stty minus echo for ground. Reset xterm. Let's export the turn environmental variable to xterm. And wow, wasn't expecting this. Cool. And now we can Control C and Control L without any trouble. So cool. Let's cut that flag.php out, and that's it. This is what? That's the flag one, right? We can come back here and flag 1 submit. Cool. First flag. And for flag 2, flag 3, let's see that. Do we have some backend files? Flag 2. Wasn't expecting that. And cool, we have a flag 2, like right off the bat. And let's send that. Flag 2, now flag 2. I assume flag 3 will be when we well, let me check something here, because here it said that this was a Docker container. So if we can escalate to root because there's no other users, that would be our flag 3. And if we can escape out of the Docker container, that would be our flag 4, right? So look at this. We are Docker environment. I don't know, let me try sudo tag L. Look at that. Sudo tag L is probably the very first command every pen tester runs on their engagement. So user env. So let me check. This is a binary GTFO bins. Let me check that out real quick, because I'm pretty sure there's a privilege escalation command available with this kind of binary, but I'm not sure. So so that would be ANV, and well, apparently we do have that. So we can run these commands as root. We can spawn a shell ourselves, such as this. So what about? Okay, I wanted to modify it a bit to who am I? Okay, I'm root. So let me just bash again. ID, dude. Yeah, cool. So let's go to our root directory and find our flag. Now look at this. That's fantastic. Super easy, right? Dogcat. Let me just enter the flag 3. That's cool. And we have now a fourth flag. Let me just try something here. Now look at this. So we have when we are on a Docker environment, we want to check the partition system, because we have here a 57% mounted on the root, but we have also weirdly enough, another 57% on OPT backups, right? So let me check that out. The def xvda2, that's another partition. So let me try backups again. Let me check that. And cool. Okay, so we have a backup. Let me go there. I have a backup.sh, which obviously we can modify ourselves. We're root. And it's doing the thing that tarv cf. It's creating a backup.tarv, which is this one. And actually it's 1254 and it's 1253, so it's pretty much executing as we speak, right? Look at this. So it got executed 53, now 54. So yeah, there's likely a cron tab running, executing back.sh and doing this thing. Now we have two vulnerabilities in here. Well, basically, I think the expected one is to hijack the path for the tar file, right? So we can create a tar malicious file and execute and have it execute whatever we want. Or we can like change completely the backup.sh, making it work as we want, right? So I like to cp up tools pspy run it right here. Now let me APA and 8082. Now let me see if we have value get. We don't, apparently. So let me use just that. I'm gonna be using HTTP 92. No, this is not my IP. Let me use this one over port 8082 and pspy. Oh, to output pspy. That should work, obviously. Maybe a little bit slower than I thought. It is, definitely. At pspy. Is it not? I did. Okay, so let's give it execution permissions and run it. I want to see what is the actual command that is running on the background. And cool, this is the actual reverse shell we had. Let's just wait for a couple of seconds until this got executed. So bin bash c curl silent fail. Okay, that must be another one. Let's wait for a bit more until it's 57. And okay, I mean, I'm not seeing any interesting job in regards to these backups folder. Let me cat etc cron tab. There's no such file. So that makes me think the actual like cron job is running from the from outside of the Docker container, right? Not inside. So what I like to try here, super basic again, this is not super special threadcraft. I'm just gonna be executing, well, actually changing the backup.sh. We don't have that. We have pim v pim lol. Okay, so let me just echo this pim bash to backup.sh just to rewrite the backup.sh, and then let's send another reverse shell. Can I? Yes. Go back now. So debug up, that is H, cool. I'm gonna be saying, okay, use bin bash C and bash interactive mode def TCP 192.168.1. God, that was not my IP, to be honest. Oh my god, let me just rows 45, columns 189, and we're cool now. Okay, so once again, bin bash C bash I for interactive mode def TCP. Let me just grab my IP once again, and CMVL P6666, and here that would be this one IP and 6666 as its port. So let me just close this up and send it to backup.sh. Cool. Apparently, as we have this sh, we should in any instant, in any minute, get a shell from outside. Probably. Could be bash I 10.6.2. That should work. Let's just wait a little bit. And look at that. Cool. Fantastic. So we're root. Now look at the difference here. Hostname tag I. We do have this, which is the machine's IP address, and this one, which is probably a Docker IP address. I mean, most likely, right? And here we only have the Docker IP address, so we're out already. Let me just check the, look at this. LSLA home. Okay, there is no other users. Let me ls root. Look at that. So let me cat the flag for out. And cool. Escalations and escalations and escalations. That's the flag. We can go ahead and enter it here. And we're done. We've rooted Dogcat. So yeah, that's all for all. That was super basic. Again, obviously, if you haven't worked with LF5 vulnerabilities or Docker before, that's gonna be a hell of a machine. But yeah, it's a media, but I mean, achievable at least. So I really hope you guys liked it, and do not forget to subscribe and like it if you will like the video, like the way I explain things. I'm gonna be improving everything in my videos. I'm striving to do that. And yes, that's it for all. Thank you very much for watching.